2 Ezra 16, verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack.
All right. First and foremost, we would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honor to our apostle and elder GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing salutations unto the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back, all right, to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. We at GMS Mississippi Camp, all right, we out here at an undisclosed location, all right, out here in the wilderness, man, and it's in the spirit because we see that we're finna enter into that straight gate. And the scriptures always talk about there will become a point, all right, where we will have to pretty much drop everything we have and just live basically off faith, all right? And what's the signs of this, that time is coming is we're seeing these plagues increase in the earth, man. We're seeing Esau Edom pretty much, he's making a separation between, all right, those who have taken Vanessa and those who are not dealing with Vanessa, man. You see? And pretty much if you're not dealing with Vanessa, you're going to be ostracized from society. You already have families, you know, that disinviting people from their weddings because they don't have it, disinviting them from family events because they don't have it, all right? You're having a lot of tension because of this, you know, this thing of the, you know, the max, all right? But pretty much it's going to lead to the elect being on the run, man, you know? You guys go.
And this is Matthew chapter 8, verse 20. You know what? Starting 19.
Yep.
And a certain scribe came and said unto him, Master, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest.
Yep.
Verse 20.
Yep.
And Yahushua said unto him, the foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have nests.
Yeah, because someone might see, all right, they were probably seeing Yahushua, they were seeing the miracle, like, oh, he got it. You know, he heard about the miracles, he's seeing the power, you know, so he would want to follow this. But see, he didn't understand what the real deal was.
Right.
You see? Go ahead.
Hey, but the Son of Man have not where to lay his head.
Yeah, Yahushua was pretty much like a rolling stone. You know, he's that chief cornerstone, but he was like a rolling stone, man. You know, that's why you had people taking care of the disciples because Yahushua really didn't have no certain dwelling place. With the scripture, he became poor, so we became rich. You know.
This is Rock 5 and 7.
Yep.
It said, make no terror to turn to the Most High.
Yeah, make no terror to turn to the Most High. You know, because right now, you see, you have all these videos going forth, man. You have all this edification going forth, man. You're able to be updated on what's going on, you know. But it's not gonna always be like that, man, because we see the censorship is increasing, man. All right, even the code words that brothers use, that's being picked up on the algorithm now. Go ahead.
And putting it off day to day.
Yeah, go ahead.
So suddenly shall the wrath of the Most High come forth.
Yep, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Most High come forth. It said putting it off day to day because each day is another day closer, man. You know? And then it's a spirit, we hear ambulance in the background. Hey, because when you watch these movies, what happens? It's always a regular day. Like when you see these movies, these apocalypse type movies, it really must be like a one-day movie.
That's right.
You see? That morning start off regular, but then something major happens, and then it's chaos, man. It's not gonna take long for chaos to erupt in America. You got what, cyber attacks? You know? What happened when they hit the gas line, man? You had people putting gas in plastic bags, people putting bags in pressure washer containers, man. People was losing it, man.
Right.
You know?
And the scriptures compare the day of the Lord as into what? A thief that comes in the night.
Yep.
You know? And because even us doing this particular video right now through the spirit of probably Yahweh Shemashah, once we get back home, we know it not whether or not someone has entered into our dwelling places, man.
Yep.
And that's how instantaneous the day and the coming of the Lord of Yahweh Bashim Haushah shall be. You know?
And you know, the apostles and others, they always bring up about 9/11. You know, it's just like a regular day. You know, people going to work, you know what I'm saying, doing their daily business, then all of a sudden, you know, the so-called towers got, you know, destroyed, man.
Early that morning.
You know.
That's why the scripture says to watch as well as to prayer. You know, because you got to stay in the spirit. You got to walk in the spirit and not in carnality. Because that carnality leads you into a blind spiritual state of mind.
All right. shall the wrath of the Most High come forth, and thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance.
Yeah, it's saying that security that shall be destroyed. Because you have people that's secure, all right, because they make a certain amount of money, because they, within, certain status within the society, celebrities, they think they secure because they have abundance of this world goods. Well, Yahweh Shema Shah can cut these things off at an instant, man. All right, if the dollar collapsed, all right, a billionaire is now likened to a homeless man. They have the same net worth now. You see, this is a very fragile kingdom, and people have security in a very fragile kingdom, man. This is a paper empire, man.
And Biden just they didn't I guess push for the evictions.
Yep.
They didn't sign it again. I guess they ain't signing it again, whatever.
Yep.
So guess what?
Oh, yep.
Oh,
the moratorium.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's about to go down.
Yep.
If they don't get it back to right, where they're trying to get it, whatever, it's over.
Right.
People gonna be sleeping everywhere. You think it bad? You think it Tent City bad in California?
Yep.
My boss. Yeah. My boss went to Washington. He said around Washington, everything Washington all good. He said tenth around Washington like that and nothing.
Yep.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
And you think it bad now? Oh
Yeah.
man, it about to get worse.
That's
It about to get worse.
That's right.
And you proud ass women. I got them. I'm independent. I'm this and this. You about to catch it. You about to catch it, and guess what? The brother's gonna be happy that you bitches catch, cause you bitches ain't right. You bitches are foul. That's right.
Hey, because it was an Edomite who went through hyperinflation in one of those countries in Europe, and he was talking to their truthers, the guy that's over Brighton and what's that?
Mike Adams?
Yeah, Mike Adams, the Natural News. But he had an interview with him, and he was like, he said he went through hyperinflation in Europe, in a certain country in Europe. But he said when he went to LA, he said LA is worse now than what it was when he went through hyperinflation in Europe. He said it got to the point where people in the city had to live like they was in the country. He was like, he walking down, you can go down the sidewalk and you'll see somebody butchering the cow, on the sidewalk. You see? And he said, but he went to LA, he said it's gonna be worse because LA already like is bad before the hyperinflation kicks in, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 37. It says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Yeah, because America is so big and so abundant, you can have chaos in one state and they partying in another state, man. You can have chaos in one county and they partying in the next county, man. You see, because it's so big and so abundant, so everybody's not going to be in the same exact situation. So you're going to have places that are up and running and people love to party. Like, it's hard to get people to stop partying in America. It's that Bacchus demon,
Right.
You got it, bro.
Hey, if I could just add, and it also proves that this system will still be functional. Because you're going to have people to receive the Vanessa as well as the MOB, man.
Verse 38, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Yeah, life as usual, man. Until all our chaos, just ensues in the earth, man. So up until that moment of chaos, even up to that moment of Yahweh Shah, man, you're gonna have a certain sex of society that's gonna be up and running, man. And then it's gonna affect, like I say, it's gonna affect, like some brothers might be tried, a month before other brothers, man. Because just the way what you got the blue states, red states, you got different, where that time of trial can come swiftly, man. Because they mainly tough on LA, California, and New York, man.
Last verse here. It says, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Yep, it's gonna be swift and it's gonna catch a lot of people unawares, man. That's why it's time to stay in tight to your house shot.
I got one more for you.
You got it, bro.
I'm gonna jump down to 42. It says, watch, therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come.
You don't know. You don't know the exact time. That's why, pretty much we on edge waiting. That's why you're watching, man. And the signs are very vital. Like the signs is like the clock of prophecy, man. And we see Esau Edom, he's moving like he has a short time. Because even though truth is all, when you listen to the truth is all I'm saying, like they're accelerating their plan. They're fast forwarding, you know, because he's moving as if he has a short time, you know, because the narrative don't even matter no more. All right, because getting the Vanessa don't stop you from getting, all right, the theme, and it don't stop you from transmitting. So what's the point of getting it? But he's still pushing the narrative like this is y'all fault. You know, this is a un-Vanessa pandemic.
That's right.
You know?
And that goes to show you, man, that Vanessa is set up to kill you, man.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they want you to take it so bad.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Especially the black and brown.
Black and brown.
So-called
minority.
Yeah.
And he's creating different variants so you can continue to get sick.
Yep.
So
You
as
can't
long
run.
as you can't run from it. So as long as you change the narrative of a story, what happens? You have a longer story.
Yeah. Can't be the spin-off.
Yeah, I was stupid.
Elder Pastor Gabar, he did a video recently. He was showing Jake from the UK, and he said people who got the mats or whatever, the 5G towers, once they activate, it's going to activate something within the system of those people who got vaccinated. You know? So that's why the 5G towers are so rampant now.
And there was a video on World Star, a veterinarian who received the vaccination with the Vanessa, right? And they used a barcode scanner over a non-Vanessite and then a Vanessite arm, and a barcode read across it, man. You know, so they could be, you know, including those particular, what you call them, nanos.
Yeah, nanotechnology.
That nanotechnology as well, man.
And now, if you notice that at the debit card, they're changing out the machine.
Yeah, you had this Edomite, man, and he was just basically talking about the Vanessa, and he stated that they would create a crisis such as needing a Vanessa, you know, and then sooner or later, once it's activated, you will be zombified. Now, when you go to the CDC, they have a zombie apocalypse. So if it wasn't true, why in the world would the CDC have a protocol for a zombie apocalypse? Yeah, and that's all you see on Netflix, the Black Zombie, and so on and so forth.
So that's the way Esau prophesying to the world. You know what I'm saying?
Brother Barack out there in LA, he did a video. It's a movie called, I think The Seal, called The Seal, with Samuel Jackson, some other guy. And he played a lot of movies. Basically, they hit their phone. If they touch their phone or ring the phone, it's like they turn to a zombie. You know, I'm saying to everybody. Barack didn't mean, look. Soon as that phone, he said, don't use the phone. Soon as they reach that phone, so eating. I seen on the brother did. They were eating fucking dogs, man. They were doing everything. Soon as they seen that phone. So man, they been programming this for y'all for years for people to be this way.
Yeah, but, I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
Now I'm saying it only makes sense when those 5G towers be activated. Then it's gonna shock, you know, I guess the people who got the mats or whatever. And that's when they're gonna start turning on zombies. Like the brother said on the CDC, they got a preparedness plan. You know what I'm saying?
Because they can't do it all. They need us to help them. So that's why they got to have civilization versus civilization, so to speak.
Now, I'm just gonna add, you know, lost my train of thought. It's all good. It's all good. Oh no, yeah, that's the scripture. When the scripture says in Jeremiah that there's gonna be a time, there was like no other time on the planet Earth. How can you fathom that? So there has to be something that's like what brothers are explaining, a zombie apocalypse. Like people are in a very animalistic state that surpasses the ancient way of warfare. You know? Because the ancient way was gruesome.
Hey, even when you think about I Am Legend, when it first comes on, what happened? The doctor stated that they took something for this illness, right? And they later became what they became. But then as Will Smith was trying to get his wife and actually, was it his son or daughter? Was it? I don't know. Well, it was like Will Smith, he was trying to get his son and his daughter on that helicopter. What happened? Check the temperature. Check the temperature. And now we have to have our temp check. You know?
There was a cartoon, a 1930s, 1940s cartoon, How to Have World Domination. And it said create basically a Vanessa.
That's it.
And it was a 1930s cartoon, man.
This is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, starting at verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you.
Yeah, because if you're around the ministry, if you watch videos every day, man, you've been in this truth for some time, you know what time we in, man. You see? There's no need to go in depth to what time we in. This is the end of the end, man. All right. Like the old folks say, this is where the rubber meets the road, man. You know, we in a time now where decisions gonna have to be made. All right. Either you're gonna be willing to sacrifice everything you have for the sake of Yahweh Shah, or you're gonna bow down to the image of the beast and try to maintain comfort, man. You know, go ahead.
Verse 2, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
Yeah, it's a thief in the night. And you can look at people, because people move around with no urgency, man. You see? People are still, you know, you got niggas still doing the mixtape as we speak, man. All right? Niggas are still, you know, going to AAU camps, you know, playing sports. There's no urgency, man. You know, especially amongst Jake, because no one is more behind than our people, man. The nigga woman and the niggas, all right? No one's more unprepared and uninformed than them, man. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 3, for when they shall say peace and safety,
Yep.
then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child.
If I can add, and the way Esau was saying peace and safety by you receiving Vanessa.
Yep.
You know, if everybody receives Vanessa,
Things go back to
then
normal.
things will go back to normal.
Yep.
Not knowing that Vanessa is inside of you to destroy you. Because it's nothing but an operating system within you.
Did not the scripture say never trust thy enemies?
Exactly.
Never trust thy enemy.
What did
No, it's on you.
what did Edom? What did Esau create? Listen, niggas. Yeah. What did Esau create? What did Esau create that he created something external that's healthy that goes into you internally?
Right.
Yeah.
Name me one thing the so-called white man created that's external and you put into your body internally and it's of a benefit, man.
Yeah.
Now this nigga can find Saddam Hussein
Yeah.
and fucking Bin Laden,
Yeah.
but when it comes to Vanessa, I mean not Vanessa, but the I don't even know how to say it. The illness or Crown Royal, he don't got nothing for it. You know, but besides that Vanessa.
Yeah. Look at the food. Look at you can look up every ingredient on the food you eat and it'll go back to something that's detrimental to your health.
Can't even pronounce it.
Can't even pronounce it. Look at the medicine industry, so to speak. All that stuff, you can look it up and see that it's a detriment to your body. This is the same man that injected syphilis in your people in the 20th century.
But now you got Jake from Tuskegee experiment. Their offspring is saying trust the government.
Yep. But you know they're paying off. You know they got some M's for that.
Yeah.
Because that was Jake. That was yeah.
You can buy a nigga cheap.
Yeah, come, I stand corrected. John got it, brother.
Hey, this little guy, he was a lesser luminary. His name Jacques Attali, and he was a former advisor to the French president. He wrote this back in 1981 in a book called Verbatim. He said the future will be about finding a way to reduce the population. Of course, we will not be able to
George the Guidestone,
Yep.
which is an objective within the New World Order.
That's right.
Hey, Job 5:13, he had great success.
Okay.
Yep.
He said, of course,
If someone is constantly pushing propaganda that the earth is too populated, why would he try to save people, man? You seen that on that what was it, Utopia on Netflix? You know, and they bought out a Vanessa on there for a so-called, you know, a virus, you know, the V, you see, and they kept pushing the propaganda of overpopulation, man. That's like if your father is walking around the house saying, man, it's too many people here every day, you know. Hey, you know he's up to something, man. You know who he talking about, man.
Right. Somebody to come up missing, man.
What you go?
Yeah, somebody. Hey, look. You know how your mom and them do when hey, it's time to go, man.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look now, you know, you can't be here forever now.
Right.
But we have all this unused land in the United States of America, but he still say that the world is overpopulated.
You know, they say you can fit the world's population in the state of Texas, and then it had a population density of Paris. You can fit the whole world's population in the state of Texas.
Yep.
You know, so you could like you going back into it's not overpopulated.
Yep. And he's pushing that propaganda. The same man who's pushing overpopulation is giving you something that he wants to give to the masses,
You know
man.
why? Because that fucking number is more manageable.
Yeah.
It's more manageable. They can oversee better with 500 million compared to the billion, like 6 or 7 billion.
It's better management. It's better control of the people. And because
8 billion.
if you look at the sands of the sea, is there too much sand on the earth?
Right.
You know, but the Heavenly Father promoted and what you call urged Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob to be fruitful and multiply as the sands of the sea. Are the sands of the sea too much for the earth to bear? No. So how much more the people, man?
Just like the state of California, California has a higher population than the country of Canada. There's more people in California than in Canada.
Canada is huge.
And Canada is huge. Going to show you that the earth is unevenly dispersed when it comes to this population.
Poor management.
Poor management.
You got it.
Yeah, 'cause, you know, I tell the brother, you know, we just talking, like Mississippi, like you fly to here, it's number green, it's number lean, but like it's certain like down here, but we had in Madison, everything clogged up, but man, it's so much damn space where you want to land everywhere, especially Mississippi, you know, and we small.
That goes back to the elites. You could control a centralized population.
Yep.
If everybody's concentrated in 5 major cities, that's easier to control than everybody being dispersed in the state.
They want to turn these cities to what, smart cities?
Smart cities.
Yep. All right, so he said the future would be a.
But the prudent man looking well until it's gone.
When you go to that term prudent, it means someone that knows. Through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, we understand what's going on. And the simple man, you can't equate.
Nah, you got it.
You can equate that to a fool. A fool is a person that has what? No understanding of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah. So 2/3 of our people are foolish along with these other inhabitants of the world. But at the same time frame, these other nations still do more research than 2/3 of our people.
And guess what mainstream news said? Guess what mainstream news said? How many people in the U.S. population receive the max? 2/3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Spiritual.
Exactly. You know.
Hey, and we gotta say this too. We gotta accept it, man. A lot of people in our family gonna die.
Yeah.
You know. But that's something that we understood when we first came in.
That's right.
County the coast.
It's like the logical. Make this quick point. Like the movie Knowing. The little boy and the girl that got delivered. The angels wasn't worried about their family.
Yeah.
Because they was gonna be the progenitors of the new population. So we the progenitors of the new population in the world to come, man. I believe.
Since you said that Lot's family.
Yeah.
You know, Lot was instructed by the angels to get the family out. The ones that came out.
Yeah.
Niggas in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, on the Greenland, like I said, you will get that message from the government and your family was selected to go to the shelter. Now remember, they were like at a barbecue set, so he had all his neighbors there, and that message came and it said his name, his wife's name, and his son's name, and everybody else was like, why we didn't get the message? Why only he got it? So as he's getting ready to leave, you had this woman try to put her daughter in the truck with him. That they was going to the airport, and the woman was breaking down like, let's take her. We can't leave her. The man was like, no, she can't go. You know, he was like, no. He just kept going because she wasn't on the list. And pretty much it's really like the book of life. Like if they not on the list, they can't go.
That's right. Damn.
Because the list already made.
Yeah.
Well, they say 9/11. They told Amalek don't come to work that day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, you was an Amalekite. Like you didn't come. Well, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah gave us the inside scoop.
Yeah, they had that mark of exemption.
That mark of exemption.
When those towers went down, they were excluded
Yeah.
from that judgment.
Going back to Ezekiel 9 and 4.
I got precept for you.
Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 6. How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, and it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
They said, how ye? That's a crying out. Like we finna hear people crying out. Like this go like we hear crickets and things in the background now. Pretty soon the background gonna be gunshots, people crying out, lamenting. You know what you always like to get into? Do it in my hearing.
Yeah.
You see? Hey, the Most High gonna bring death in the earth, and it's gonna have a what you call it, a soundtrack. You know?
Right.
Death gonna have a soundtrack, man.
Or like a backing track.
Yeah.
A backing track is playing behind the scenes of all the action.
How ye, man? You people finna cry out, man. You people finna holler out, man. You know?
It says, therefore, shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
And that's your control. See, your control is gonna be faint, cause all control is finna be snatched away.
Non-existent.
All right, cause what's the motto of this world? Living your best life. I'm doing me. I'm self-made. You know, all this is with you like as if you're in full control of your destiny. No, that's gonna be snatched away. You see, all hands are gonna be feeble, weak. You know,
And it stated Egypt should be like women.
women.
And a footnote that says fall limp. In verse 8, and they shall be afraid.
Something's up, you can't get it in. You know, think about
Your
it.
spirit is
Your
broken.
spirit is broken. I mean, I ain't mean it like that.
You gotta say no pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended, man.
But that's a fact. Your hopes is gonna be down, man.
Oh,
Yep.
sick.
Hey, like you can watch a game, you know, and the big, like, you know, you should shoot a big three. Cause they already like a team fighting, trying to stay in the game.
Right.
And then you go on the run, you can see when somebody's spirit broken. Like that one shot, you can feel that. You can feel that spirit like shit. You know, you know, your head hanging and shit. You like, damn, it's
Put the
over.
ball on my
Yeah. That's how I gonna, most I gonna break through niggas' spirits out here, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth.
Hey, it's gonna be in pains and sorrow. Hey, because I don't know y'all seen the article with that little baby that fell off the bed, and she turned her hair dryer on, and the hair dryer burnt, gave her second and third degree burn. Yeah, and she gotta have surgery every 2 days. You know, and then her parents gotta be right there watching the child have surgery every 2 days, man. It says sorrow is gonna take hold of you, man.
Hey, and speak, can I just add on that?
Yeah.
It's so many problems that Jake has that they had a luxury to go to different clinics and hospitals. You know, I had an accident back in August, so now I gotta go to this physician and get my back checked out. It's so many things that's about to end because we about to leave that first world existence. So it's so many things that your grandma goes to the hospital for on a regular, she can no longer go to the hospital. It's so many things that this special needs child has to go to the doctor for every 2 weeks. He can no longer go. So people, hey, we finna leave that first world state to that third, fourth world state, man.
Hey, since you said that, I'm thinking about the book of Eli. You remember he had that little packet of something, and he was like, look, back in the day, we didn't care about this.
It was shampoo.
It was like some shampoo or something. It was like a little small packet of shampoo. You know, but like the elder is saying, these are the times we're coming to. And if something has taken hold to you, meaning your mindset, you can't stop thinking about it because of these experiences and incidents are still going on.
Going back to the thing you said, take for granted.
Yep.
Imagine a toothache in that day. You can't go get no relief. It's just getting worse and worse. You know? Yeah.
You gonna just give it to the man.
Knock it out.
Yo, you done got to fight, you done broke a rib, you just gotta deal with that broke rib. You done broke an ankle, ACL torn, you just gotta deal with that.
And then
you
it's
know?
so crazy, if you break your rib, that infection, if it's not healed, it can actually poison your system.
Yep.
You know, them broken ribs,
They're gonna be beast-like because if an animal breaks something in his wild, he just gotta deal with it. He just vulnerable, you know? And that's what it's gonna be like, man. You know?
Finish it up. It says, they shall be amazed one at another, their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel.
The flames is a representation of anxiety, man. Anxious, you know?
He said, hey, most I say, he gonna send phantoms in Babylon.
Yeah.
Phantoms.
Those are the, what's that?
Calamities.
Those missiles.
Yeah, ultimately, the
Ultimately
missiles.
missiles.
Because we outside said, she coming, it's gonna be fire already in the land, you know? Be kindled, you know?
Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
Through the acts of judgment, no matter how you go. You know what I'm saying? This is the judgment from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You know?
That is Ezekiel 9 and 4. And the Most High said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem.
Yeah, and the midst of the city in these terms is the population of Israel. All right, because Jerusalem, all right, is where we dwell as a people. You see? So what is that speaking of? Throughout the whole earth, go through the population of Israel. Go ahead.
Instead of mark upon the foreheads of the man that sigh and cry.
See, this mark is spiritual. All right, tawat. And you go into the definitions and exemption from judgment. You see, because see, like I say, court is finna be in session. You know, because one like in the courtroom setting, what you have the defendant, you know, give their defense. Then you have the prosecutor, you know, prosecute, and then eventually everybody be quiet, and the judge comes and hit. Once he hit the gavel, is it? See, when a family word comes, it's gonna be the Most High hitting the gavel. Side now gonna be exempt. Go ahead.
For all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Yep.
Verse 5. And to the other he said, in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite.
Hey, go out in the midst, all right, of the city and smite. He said, do it in my hearing. The Most High wants to hear the screams, all right, of this proud society, man. You know, because this place is oozing with pride. So the Most High wants to see this place oozing in spirit now, man. You know?
That's why scripture says pride cometh before destruction and honor before.
To that point of seeing faces in hurricanes and tornadoes and so on and so forth.
And that's in the book of Revelation as well when it says that the seven.
All right, Wallace. All right. So that's all ages because it goes because you born a virgin. You say, you know. So that's all. It says virgins, maids, then women. So he covers. See, we're gonna need Yahweh Shah more than ever in the history of Israel. This is gonna be the worst time ever, and we're gonna need Yahweh Shah more than
Training wheels, we're gonna be out here. Trusting, we have to use that same trust. You know?
And smite Egypt with plagues as before.
And smite Egypt with plagues as before, man. All right. And that's what we seeing happening, man. The economy is a plague. These pestilences is a plague, man. Violence is a plague. You see?
And will destroy all the land thereof.
And that's gonna be ultimately lead up to the missiles, man. You know, so we can get the goal on. Let's go back to that second Ezra 16:37, and let's get that St. Luke 21. We'll start at 16. And end at St. Luke.
Back in 2nd Ezra 16, start at verse 37. Yep, and it says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack.
Yep, hey, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Because see, for a long time it seemed like it's been slack. You gotta think since Elder Vivian started speaking, the elders under him, the apostle and elders that was out there before YouTube. It seemed like all these things were slack. But now we're in a time where nothing is slacking. Like you hearing big news every 2 or 3 days, man.
A different mandate.
Yeah, Walmart mandating Vanessa. That's big, man. That's the most employee. Walmart has the most employees on earth, man. That's a big deal, man. Go ahead.
Verse 38. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringing forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compares her womb.
Yeah, and this is what we're experiencing, birth pains and chaos, man. Because a birth pain, you go into when a woman has those contractions, when the closer they get to the birth, all right, they become more frequent and more intense. And this is what we seeing in the earth, man. Judgment is becoming more frequent and more intense, man. Go ahead.
Which pains, when a child coming forth, they slack not for a moment.
They slack not for a moment. It's gonna be continuous. See, right now something happen, and then you go back to normal. Something happen, you go back to normal. But see, gonna come a time where judgment just gonna sit in the earth, man. Every day is gonna be something. Every hour is gonna be something, man. They gonna slack not a moment, man. Go ahead.
And it says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth.
Yep.
And the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
On every side, man, no good news, man. The only people that's gonna have any type of hope in this society is gonna be the elect. Because favor gonna kick in eventually, man, and the Lord gonna be making ways for us to escape these different things, man. This is our trying period, man. What we're seeing, are we worthy? Now let's see. I've been hearing them talking all these years now. Let's just see what they about, man. Let's see what these men are about that's been doing all this talking, man. So we gotta be tried, and now we gotta apply, faith on a level like never before seen, man. Go ahead.
It says, "Oh, my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth."
Yeah, and those evils be ye as pilgrims, man, on the move. All right. Because it's gonna come a time when this society collapse, all right, the hell with their car, the hell with their house, man. Even some families gonna be split up. That's another thing. If you're split up from your family, don't bug out, man. Because either they were separated to be judged because they wasn't right the whole time, or the Lord is gonna preserve them, man. And He'll bring them back, or He'll give you the power to go get them back, man. You see? But you gotta be ready to play it out either way. They can't alter you to the point where you can't move forward, man. You know?
Like you say, like, forget your vehicles, because you're not going to have no use in it anyway, because of power grid.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, these new model cars,
We gonna get gas in.
exactly.
Yeah.
And you got to think about it, like when planes in the air already,
Yeah.
the power grid gets shut down, it's going to fall, you know, already, man.
People in the midst of operation.
Yep. Yeah, I was thinking about the kids.
Dialysis.
Dialysis.
It's over with.
Alright, and it says, "On my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise,
They basically telling you don't be attached to anything.
No.
That's why you gotta have like that flee mentality as a pilgrim, man. No emotional connection.
it says in the elect should be without care.
Yeah.
You know? He that occupieth merchandise as he that had no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that should not dwell therein."
Yeah, and this is all things of this society. You know, it don't matter if you just moved into their house. It don't matter if your business just started booming. Those things not gonna matter, man. You're gonna have to separate immediately. When that time comes, you gotta separate it, man. Or you gotta think. The scripture say we have no continued city here, man. You know, but we look for one to come. You see, so when it's time to, you know, because really pretty much the elect is just really we in character when we in society. Like it's a character that we playing. You see, and it's gonna be a time for the character to be to die off, man. And we're gonna be on the move, man. You know.
Verse 43, he that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planted the vineyard as he that should not gather the grapes.
Yep. So just giving all these analogies of how whatever you put into the society, all right, don't expect it to keep coming back, man. It's gonna come a time when it's gonna be a cutoff and we just gonna be on the move, man. And the hell with it, man. Because this place is wicked. This is not living, man. This is existing on the lowest possible level, man. Especially if you're a heterosexual man. America is the worst place to be for a heterosexual male, man. You know, you should haste, you know, the collapse of this place, man. You know, that was it, bro. Get that in there, Luke, start 16. Yeah.
Hey, this is Luke 16, no, Luke 21:16.
Yep.
And ye should be betrayed from both parents and brothers, kinfolk and friends, and some of you should they call to be put to death.
Yeah, so the Howard Shine is giving us the game, like, look, these people gonna betray you. Alright? Even your parents. You start out with your parents, man, because most of our brothers' parents done got the Vanessa, man.
Yep.
You know? That's really a low form of betrayal. You gotta look at it like that, man.
Yep.
That's a low form of betrayal, man, because they betrayed the scriptures. And this is our government. You see?
Then the people in your family, like in your household that took it, that's another form of betrayal.
Yep.
Because they're not really with your vision.
Yep.
That's Lot's wife.
Yep.
You know?
Verse 17. And ye should be hated of all men for my name's sake.
Yeah, because there's gonna be a heavy smear campaign. They're gonna demonize Howard Shot before it's over with. So everyone that's linked to your Howard Shot is gonna be hated. Alright? They're gonna say, see, it's because those that believe in your Howard Shot, they're gonna put up the clip of all the brothers speaking against Vanessa. You see? Then they're gonna put us saying the names. Alright? And they're gonna demonize the name of your Howard Shot. They're gonna say, these the men, alright, that are most against Vanessa and us getting back to normalcy, man. And we gonna be hated, man. You see? So expect that. Go ahead.
But that should not any hair of your head perish.
Yeah, so if it's not our lot to be a martyr, they have no authority over us, man. You know? We're gonna be brought before particular people, you know, to higher up. But guess what? They can't touch us if it's not ordained, man. Go ahead.
And your patience possesses your soul.
Yeah, it's a thing of patience. You gotta wait this thing out, man. This thing is really right now, it's the waiting game, man. You know, wait on the salvation, man. Go ahead.
And when you should see Jerusalem compassed with army,
Yep.
then know the desolation thereof is not.
When you see Jerusalem compassed about with armies, now this happened in 70 AD. It was prophesied in 70 AD, and now it's going to happen again. And we see Jerusalem being surrounded, man. You know? Spiritually, we seeing Jerusalem being surrounded, man. The propaganda is on who's the biggest transmitter of the Crown Royal. You see?
Tribe,
Yeah.
allegedly.
Yeah. Who's the most resistance, you know, when it comes to the Vanessa? the tribes, man, the propaganda, you are being surrounded with the propaganda, man. You know, which is going to lead to a physical encampment, man. Go ahead.
And you seen these military vehicles being shipped into these cities?
Yep.
You know? So that's, that's showing you what's about to get ready to come, man. That's why they be building on these highways, things of that sort, because they getting ready for those military tanks, man. You know?
Like verse 21. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains.
Yep.
And let them which are in the midst of depart out.
Yep.
And it's like, and let not them that are in the countries enter into.
Yeah, so in 7 AD when that happened, you had Jake that was probably outside of the city, outside of the wall, but they probably seen the troops coming past them. So you see that, you just keep going. So you might be, probably had Jake that was outside of the city and he was seeing it, and his family was there. Yahushua was telling them, don't go back to your family. You see that, it's time to move. And that's how it's going to be in this time. Like, we might be out somewhere, and hey, it go down. Don't be trying to fight through the chaos to get to your family, man. You just got to keep it moving, man. You see? That's why Yahushua say, look, if you on the rooftop, don't go in the house and get no clothes, man. Get the hell out, man. Yeah. That's the time that we in. We not in the time, this ain't no movie, man. It's not a movie, man. So you got, hey, wherever it go down there, you just keep moving forward, man. And let Yahweh Shai, let him be, he is, man. You know, you just gotta let him be, he is, and we just gotta keep moving, man. So don't be in this hero phase, man. You know, just keep it moving and rolling in the spirit in these times, man. You know?
Hey, well, with that, we hope you brothers and sisters were edified. And we'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to our apostles, the great millstones, and elder bishops who rule well. Peace and blessing, house of David the elect. Abba, Shalom.